You are sitting on your couch, completely absorbed in whatever you are doing. Maybe you are scrolling through the news on your phone, reading a good book, or watching your favorite evening show. You haven't moved in a while. Your body has sunk into the cushions. Your breathing is slow, steady, and relaxed. The room feels quiet, stable, predictable. And then, without warning, you feel it. Not a light touch, not a hesitant test. It is a solid, unmistakable presence. A warm body pressing firmly against your side. A chest leaning into you with absolute confidence. A head nudging your arm, followed by the weight of a dog climbing partly or sometimes fully onto you. Their body settles in close. Their flank presses into your leg. Their breathing begins to match yours. You look down, and there is your dog pressed against you, as if your body was always meant to be their furniture. Their tail gives a slow, satisfied wag against your shin. Their muscles relax. Their weight stays. And almost automatically, the same question forms in your mind, the one that comes every single time this happens. Why now? Why me? Why this exact moment? Today, we are uncovering the deep scientific and surprisingly emotional reasons why dogs suddenly climb onto you, lean into you, or place their full weight against your body. And the reason might surprise you, because beneath this quiet, familiar moment, something far deeper is happening. Something shaped by instinct survival and a loyalty that stretches back thousands of years. Once you understand it, you will never experience this behavior the same way again. Before we go any further, slow down for a moment. Let your shoulders drop. Take a breath. Because this is not just about affection. It is not just about comfort. And it is certainly not something random. What if I told you that your dog is making a calculated decision every single time they choose your body? By the end of this journey, you will understand exactly what that decision means. Now let us return to the moment itself. Your dog has just moved in close. Maybe you are working on your laptop and suddenly your arm is blocked. Your keyboard gently nudged aside because a solid body has decided that your lap is the only correct place to be. Maybe you were reading and now your book is held at an awkward angle because moving would disturb the dog who has leaned fully into you, anchoring themselves there. To most people, this feels random, like it came out of nowhere. But it is not random, not even close. There is a pattern. There is intention. And it begins with something dogs understand better than almost any other species on Earth. The instinct of belonging. Dogs are not solitary animals. They never were. They evolved to survive in packs and family units built on closeness, cooperation, and shared responsibility. In the wild, distance meant danger. Proximity meant safety. Sleeping alone was risky. Resting apart meant vulnerability to the cold and to predators. So when your dog presses their body against yours, they are not choosing furniture. They are choosing pack position. You are not just a source of food routine or entertainment. In that moment, you are family. You are the leader. You are home. Dogs do not express belonging from a distance. They express it through physical contact, leaning, pressing, placing a paw on you, resting their head against your leg, or sitting so close that there is no space left between you. This physical contact is scientifically known as thigmotaxis, a biological drive to touch a solid object for security. In dog packs, individuals who trust each other rest in contact bodies, touching sides pressed together, breathing close enough to feel. This allows them to sense movement, tension, and danger instantly. It allows one member to relax while another remains aware. So when your dog climbs onto you or presses against you, they are communicating two things at once. They are saying, "You belong with me," and at the same time, they are saying, "I am here to guard you." That dual message is instinctual. It is not taught. It is not trained. And it reveals something much deeper than simple affection. Your dog is not claiming you as an object. They are reinforcing unity. Behavioral research from universities around the world shows that dogs form what scientists call social anchors. These are individuals whose presence stabilizes a dog's nervous system. When that anchor is nearby, stress decreases, heart rate slows, and muscles relax. When your dog repeatedly chooses to lean into you, you become that anchor. Not a place, not an object, a living being. You are not just part of your dog's environment. You are the center of it. But belonging is just the foundation. To understand why they do this suddenly, we have to look at the powerful biology of stress relief. This brings us to the concept of deep pressure therapy. You might have heard of weighted blankets for humans, how the pressure helps calm anxiety and promote sleep. Your dog is essentially acting as a living weighted blanket. When a dog places their weight on you, they are engaging in a natural form of this therapy. The pressure of their body against yours stimulates the vagus nerve, which tells the brain to switch from fight or flight mode to rest and digest mode. Studies have shown that physical contact with a dog increases levels of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and dopamine, the happiness hormone, in both the dog and the human, while simultaneously lowering cortisol, the stress hormone. When your dog leans their full weight into you, they are literally medicating you with their presence. And they are medicating themselves too. It is a mutual feedback loop of calm. They feel your heart rate slow down, which signals to them that they can relax. Your calm becomes their calm. This explains why dogs often climb onto us when we are the ones who are stressed, sad, or grieving. They sense our chemical shift, and they apply their body weight as a balm. This leads us to a fascinating question of timing. Why does your dog ignore you for hours and then suddenly decide that being against you is non-negotiable? To understand that, we need to look at how closely dogs read you. Dogs evolved alongside humans for roughly 30,000 years. Their survival depended on understanding our behavior. Over time, they became experts at reading subtle signals most humans barely notice in themselves. Your posture, your breathing, your muscle tension, your emotional state. A tight jaw, restless hands. Fast, shallow breaths, constant movement. These signals tell your dog that the environment is unsettled. But when you stop moving, when your shoulders drop, when your breathing slows and deepens, your dog receives a clear message. It is safe now. Rest for a dog is not casual. Rest is vulnerability. In the wild, resting means slower reactions. Muscles soften. Awareness lowers just enough to recover energy. A resting dog cannot respond instantly to danger. So when your dog presses against you and allows themselves to settle, they have made a decision. They believe you are capable of keeping watch. You are not just comfort. You are security. Dogs do not assign that role lightly. Trust is built through consistency, not words. And this is where the behavior becomes even more meaningful, because the way they sit on you tells a story. We call this the sentinel versus the seeker. Pay attention next time. Some dogs press against you while facing outward eyes scanning the room, back pressed to your chest. Their ears move like radar dishes. Their body is relaxed but ready. This is protector positioning. They are watching the environment so you do not have to. They are saying, "Rest. I will handle this." Other dogs turn toward you. Their body curves in. Their head rests on your chest, your shoulder or your leg bearing their face in your scent. They want to feel your breathing, your heartbeat. This is emotional anchoring. They are looking for reassurance. They are saying, "The world is big and scary, but you are safe." But there are layers to this behavior that go beyond simple comfort or protection. This brings us to a new, often overlooked reason: the biological claim, or scent marking. We often forget that dogs perceive the world primarily through their nose, not their eyes. To a dog, you are a walking library of scents, but you are also a canvas. Dogs possess scent glands that we cannot see located in their skin, their paws, and around their rear area. When a dog climbs onto you, rubs their body along your legs, or sits heavily on your feet, they are doing something very specific. They are scent marking you. They are depositing their unique chemical signature onto your clothes and skin. Why do they do this? It is a message to the rest of the world. By covering you in their scent, they are labeling you as taken. It is a way of saying, this human belongs to this pack. If you have been out of the house, perhaps visiting other homes with pets, or simply walking through the world where other dogs have been your dog, smells those foreign intruders on you. By climbing onto you and pressing their weight into your fabric, they are overriding those foreign smells with their own. It is a biological reclamation. They are re-establishing the bond that says you are theirs. It is possessive, yes, but in the most loyal way possible. They want the world to know that you are spoken for. This leads directly into another fascinating psychological motivation, the gentle block or resource guarding. Have you ever noticed that your dog tends to climb onto you specifically when another pet walks into the room, or perhaps when your spouse or grandchild sits down next to you? Suddenly your dog needs to be right there wedged between you and the intruder. We often laugh and call this jealousy, and scientifically, we aren't wrong. A study from the University of California, San Diego, found that dogs do exhibit behaviors very similar to human jealousy when their owners interact with what they perceive as a rival. When your dog climbs onto you in these moments, they are engaging in a behavior called spatial blocking. They are physically occupying the most valuable real estate in the room, your lap, to prevent anyone else from having it. You are the high-value resource. By sitting on you, they are effectively putting up a "do not disturb" sign to other animals. It is a non-aggressive way of asserting their status. They aren't growling or biting. They are simply making it physically impossible for anyone else to get as close as they are. It is a silent power move. And while it can be inconvenient, it is also a tremendous compliment. In their eyes, your attention and your closeness are the most precious things in the room, worth guarding with their entire body weight. But there is a softer, more poignant reason why this happens, especially as our dogs get older. This brings us to the tactile map of aging. Puppies pile onto each other for warmth and security, but why does an 80-pound senior dog suddenly start thinking he is a lap dog? As dogs age, their sensory world begins to change. Their vision might cloud with cataracts. Their hearing might fade. The sharp, bright world they used to navigate so easily becomes a little darker, a little quieter, and a little more confusing. When the distant senses sight and hearing begin to fail, the immediate senses touch and smell become their lifelines. For a senior dog, climbing onto you or pressing firmly against your leg isn't just about affection. It is about orientation. You are their tactile map. By feeling you against them, they know exactly where they are in the room. They know they haven't been left behind. Your physical presence grounds them in a world that might feel like it is drifting away. The pressure of your body tells them, I am here, I am safe, and I am not lost. If you have an older dog who has suddenly become clingy or insists on touching you constantly, please do not push them away. They are using you as their North Star. They are holding on to you because you are the one thing in their life that remains constant and clear. And finally, we cannot ignore the simple practical biology of thermoregulation or heat sharing. Dogs have a slightly higher body temperature than humans, usually around 101 to 100 to 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Like their wild ancestors, they are biologically wired to conserve energy whenever possible. Generating body heat takes calories. Sharing body heat saves calories. In the wild, wolves sleep in piles not just for bonding, but for survival against the freezing cold. When your dog climbs onto you, they are tapping into this ancient survival strategy. But it is not just about finding a radiator. If they just wanted heat, a sunbeam or a heat vent would do. They choose you because you offer living warmth. You offer heat combined with the rhythmic sound of a heartbeat and the rise and fall of a chest, a sensory experience that mimics the safety of the puppy pile they were born into. You are the ultimate comfort object. You are warm, you are soft, and you are alive. To a dog, there is no luxury bed in the world that compares to the living warmth of their human. Which brings us to the truth at the heart of all of this. When your dog presses against you, climbs onto you, or refuses to leave your side, they are saying something profound. They are saying, "You are my family. You are my safe place. You are my anchor in this world. Not your house, not your routines, not the objects around you. You, your presence, your heartbeat, your steadiness. In a world full of noise, movement, and unpredictability, your dog has identified you as the calm center. So how do you honor this moment when your dog settles against you? Pause. Stay still. Let them finish the behavior. Keep your breathing slow and even. Your dog is sinking to it. Avoid sudden movement. Avoid pushing them away unless you absolutely must. You were chosen because you were calm. Honor that calm. Each time you do, the bond deepens. Your dog learns again and again that their decision was correct, that you are steady, that you are safe, that you are home. There are countless stories of dogs staying beside humans during illness, grief, and loss. Not trained, not commanded, chosen. They stay because you stayed. They guard because you guarded. They rest because you made rest possible. Your dog understands something humans often forget. In a complicated world, sometimes the most important thing we can offer is presence. Not solutions, not movement, not words, just being there. When your dog presses against you, they are both seeking and offering that presence. They are creating a moment of shared peace in a chaotic world. So the next time your legs go numb because your dog thinks they are a lap dog or your reading time is interrupted by a wet nose and a heavy head, try not to be annoyed. Shift your perspective. Close your eyes and feel the weight of their trust. Feel the warmth of their loyalty. This is not random. This is not habit. This is a relationship. In a world of infinite choices, your dog chose you. That is not just instinct. That is love in its most honest form. I want to hear about your Velcro dogs. Does your dog have a specific time of day, or they insist on climbing onto you? Do you have a giant dog who is convinced he's tiny, or a tiny dog with the heart of a lion who guards your lap? Comment your dog's name and their funniest lapdog moment below. Let's celebrate the heavy, hairy, wonderful weight of their love. And if you found value in this, if it helped you understand the soul of your best friend a little better, please subscribe. We are building a community of people who believe that understanding our dogs is the key to loving them better.